Valmiki Ramayana, Ayodhya Kanda, Book number 2, Sarga 104, Roman numerals, CIV 104. The meeting with the queens. Vashishta, with his soul athirst, took look again on Rama first. In line the royal widows placed, and then the way behind them traced. The ladies moving, faint and slow, saw the fair stream before them flow, and by the bank their steps were led, which the two brothers visited. Kaushalya, with her faded cheek, arid weeping eyes, began to speak, and thus in mournful tones addressed the Queen Sumitra and the rest. See, in the wood the bank's descent, which the two orphan youths frequent, whose noble spirits never fall, though woes surround them, reft of all. Thy son, with love that never tires, draws water hence which mine requires. This day, for lowly toil unfit, his pious task thy son should quit. As on the long-eyed lady strayed, on holy grass whose points were laid, directed to the southern sky, when Rama's humble gift she spied. Thus to the queens Kaushalya cried, the gift of Rama's hand behold, his tribute to the king high-souled, offered to him as texts require, Lord of Ikshvaku's line, his sire. Not such I deem the funeral food of kings with godlike might endued. Can he who knew all pleasures, he who ruled the earth from sea to sea, the mighty lord of monarchs, feed on in goodies extracted seed? In all the world there cannot be a woe, I ween, more sad to see, than that my glorious son should make his funeral gift of such a cake. The ancient text I oft have heard, this day is true in every word. Ne'er do the blessed gods refuse to eat the food their children use. The lady soothed the weeping dame. To Rama's hermitage they came, and there the hero met their eyes, like a god fallen from the skies. Him, joyless, reft of all, they viewed, and tears their mournful eyes bedewed. The truthful hero left his seat and clasped the lady's lotus feet, and they with soft hands brushed away the dust that on his shoulders lay. Then Lakshman, when he saw each queen, with weeping eyes and troubled mien, near to the royal ladies drew, and paid them gentle reverence too. He, Dasharatha's offspring signed the heir of bliss by fortune kind, received from every dame no less each mark of love and tenderness. And Sita came and bent before the widows while her eyes ran o'er, and pressed their feet with many a tear, they when they saw the lady dear, pale, worn with dwelling in the wild, embraced her as a darling child. Daughter of royal Janak, bride of Dasharatha's son, they cried, how couldst thou, offering of a king, offspring of a king, endure this woe and suffering? In the wild forest, when I trace each sign of trouble on thy face, that lotus which the sun has dried, that lily by the tempest tried, that gold whereon the dust is spread, that moon whence all the light is fled. Sorrow assails my heart, alas, as fire consumes the wood and grass. Then Rama, as she spoke distressed, the feet of Saint Vasishta pressed, touched them with reverential love, then near him took his seat. Thus Indra clasps in realms above the heavenly teacher's feet. Then with each counselor and peer, Bharat of duteous mind, with citizens and captains near, sat humbly down behind. When with his hands to him upraised, in devotee's attire, Bharat upon his brother gazed, whose glory shone like fire. As when the pure Mahendra bends to the great Lord of life, among his noble crowd of friends, this anxious thought was rife. What words do Raghu's son today will royal Bharat speak, whose heart has been so prompt to pay obeisance, fond and meek? Then steadfast Rama Lakshman wise, Bharat for truth renowned, shone like three fires that heavenward rise, with holy priests around. Absolutely beautiful. Footnotes. 213.1 Vrihaspati, the preceptor of the gods. Brihaspati. V and B is interchangeable, like Billy or William. Billy, William. BV, Vrindavan. The preceptor, the spiritual master of the demigods. Gods, it should be lower G, because there are many gods, but there is only one God, Rama or Krishna, Rome, Christ. Rome and Christ is nothing but Kali Yuga version of Rama and Krishna. Western Kali Yuga version of Rama and Krishna. Absolutely beautiful chapter. Finally, the queens, the mothers of Rama and Lakshmana, came to the cottage where Rama and Lakshmana and Sita Devi were staying. They were just way overwhelmed with devotion, grief, pain, and so many other emotions. It is just not possible for a devotee to live without Rama. It's not possible. It is just so painful because Rama is so beautiful, so kind, so everything beautiful. That's that's what God does when He descends. He exhibits His personal, beautiful, eternal form. He exhibits His every good quality, every good virtue, His intelligence, His knowledge, His fine speech, respectful speech, and uh, and He is so beautiful to behold. God is so beautiful to behold. The human form is copyrighted by God, not by us humans. We have not created this human form. We have gotten it at birth. And who gave us this human form? Well, God. Who else but God? God came up with the idea of 5 fingers, five toes, 2 legs, 2 arms, one head, 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, and all this put together in a human form. It's eternal form. Material body is temporary, but the form is eternal. It's constantly being born and dies in the material world. But in the spiritual world, it's always young and fresh, blooming youth. Blooming, that's what God is. He is blooming youth. When He descends to the material world to exhibit His eternal pastimes, He is always no more than 16, 17, 18, 20 years old, 21 years old. Rama, Krishna, they both look like 21 years old, although they were the oldest people, oldest beings. But they always look youthful. Sita Devi always. That's why we want to look the youth. Why we attracted to so much to the youth? Because that's the eternal position of God. He's always youthful. He's not some old, frustrated dude, single dude in the sky, who is always cursing people with some plagues and some, all kinds of nonsense, stupid concepts of God the Abrahamic religions have. Invisible sky daddy. My sky daddy can beat up your sky daddy. Absolute garbage of religions. Abrahamic religions. They have no concept of God. The only concept of God they have is the concept of Satan. That's all it is. That's why we need to read these beautiful, beautiful eternal pastimes of God, like Ramayana. Ramayana, the greatest love story ever told. Jai Shri Ram, Roma Victor. Victory to Ram, Hail Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Ciao.